We know you love us.
It's okay.
We love us too.
The Mix 94.3.
Thanks for listening on a Thursday. It's Thursday. That means right now it's time for
Dear John Letters.
Dear John.
And we got our Dear John music right there. I'm going to get my Dear John letter over here on this screen so I can read it better. Otherwise, it's kind of like I'm twisting my neck to read what I got here. If you'd like to submit a Dear John letter, we'll tell you how to do it. Is it hard to submit a Dear John letter?
Not at all.
We make it easy. It's very easy. So here's today's Dear John letter. Dear John, my husband and I have been married for almost 20 years. We've both gained some weight over those years, and I decided to do something about it. But he doesn't seem to care as much as I do. I've been eating healthier and exercising every week. He'll eat some of the new healthy things, but turns his nose up at some as well. How do I get my husband interested in taking care of himself so he will be around longer? Signed, Wife in Strife. Well, that's a really good letter. Now, here's one of the things that I got to say. My beautiful bride and I, we've been married how long now? 17 years. And we both gained some weight since we got married. But we've also done some diets, and we both did them together. I don't think we could have done it on our own.
No, it's really important if you're going to make that decision that you do it together.
And I'm going to talk...
Because it's really hard to stick to it if you're not both doing it.
And I'm going to talk directly to this man. Hopefully he listens as well. I don't know if he does. And if he doesn't, here's our advice to him. Do this with your wife. I mean, she cares about you. She wants you to be around longer. Do this with your wife. I remember I was 38 or 39 years old the first time I ever ate broccoli. Mm-hmm. And until I was 38 or 39 years old, guess what? I didn't like broccoli, but I'd never even tried it.
Right.
And we were on this diet, and I remember you bought some broccoli. I was like, oh, I don't like broccoli. And you're like, well, we're going to try it. Let's see. I got a recipe that has broccoli. And we tried it, and I was like, wow, I kind of like broccoli. And I really do. And now I eat broccoli all the time. I'll order it at restaurants.
Yeah.
I feel like a giant eating a tiny little tree. It's just like, "Rrr." But there's so many good foods that are not bad for you that you can do. And husband out there, you can do this. This is something that you should do. My wife and I are working together right now. We're not doing a diet. We're changing our lifestyle because we had to. Mm-hmm. You know, I was the heaviest I'd ever been when we started doing this. And my wife and I both, she's sitting right here with me. So Heidi and I both made the decision that we want to live longer and be around for our kids and our grandkids. So Wife in Strife, talk to that hubby of yours and say, hey, imagine missing out on our, I don't know if you guys have kids. I guess it doesn't say on here, but imagine if you do, imagine missing out on meeting the spouses of our children. Mm-hmm. Because my dad died at 49. He never got to meet Heidi. Right. He would have loved you, by the way. You guys would have been drinking together. He probably would have liked you more than he liked me, which is, it's a whole different thing. But that's one of the things that kind of woke me up as I got to thinking, wow, I'm getting close to that age. You know, my dad died at 49. I don't want to die. Right. I want to be around to see my kids get married. Yep. And I want to be around to meet my grandkids. So it's important. That is something you definitely want to do. And if you've got a wife that's saying, hey, I want to do this with you, do that together. I mean, this is not hard stuff. It's really not. A little bit of exercise.
You should be grateful that she's asking you to do this with her. She's not feeding you poison Lucky Charms.
Yeah, that was a story we read earlier. So if you don't know what that was about, you missed out. But the good news is, if you've got somebody that wants to do this with you, that is the easiest way to do this, is working together. Don't work against her. Here's the other thing that could happen, because I've seen this happen too. I remember we had a friend that went through this exact same scenario, and she lost a bunch of weight, and she was looking great, and her hubby wouldn't do this, and they ended up divorced. Yeah. Because another man was, very interested in what she was up to, and her husband wanted to stay home and didn't want to be involved in anything, and next thing you know, they were no longer married. Yeah. And it was really, really sad to see that happen. So, dude, get off the couch, go join her if she's going for a walk or taking the dogs for a walk or whatever, and don't turn your nose up at the healthy stuff. Eat that. It's not that hard. Right. You can do this. Now, if you'd like to have a Dear John letter answered, you can send those to us at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. I'd really like to get some fun ones, but maybe not quite as fun. We had a couple weeks ago that was like a little too edgy. I was like, oh, no, you guys are putting me in a weird spot here to answer this stuff. But if you have something that you'd like to get some advice for, whatever it is you're going through in your life.
And we are not doctors.
No, we're not claiming to have good answers, but we're going to give you answers. And you can submit those, and it's free, and it's always anonymous. So we're not going to say who it is. And you can do all of that at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.